AITA for thinking my husband was sexualizing our daughter? My husband and I have a daughter who is 13. I was molested from the time I was 12, up until he accidentally got me pregnant at 15, and I went to live with my aunt, by my own father. I have a lot of unresolved trauma, but because of this trauma I was very on top of changing daughter. My husband rarely changed a diaper, gave her baths, was weary about leaving them alone together even though my husband never gave me a reason to. I stole a lot from my husband, which is when I agreed to finally go to therapy about 9 years ago. I was in it for a few years. A few days ago, my daughter asked my husband and I if we thought she could get some more adult underwear. She said the girls in the locker room were looking at her weird for her childish underwear. I said no, but my husband thought maybe it was time for her to upgrade her wardrobe. This triggered me, and when my daughter left the room, I asked him why he thought that was okay to buy our daughter adult underwear and not to make our decisions on our daughter's underwear, don't tell her she should wear more adult underwear, etc. He got upset and said she was in middle school now, and he didn't want her to be bullied, and that I couldn't start this again. He then said I needed to stop thinking of him as this monster because he's her father and not my dad, and that if these episodes were going to start up again I needed to go back to therapy. I feel as though, him knowing my trauma, he shouldn't get so angry and demand me to go back to therapy. I have every right to be cautious. AITA comments. You've labeled your husband as a predator since your daughter was born. I can't even imagine how that feels to be in his shoes and to be under constant scrutiny by his own wife, best friend, partner. Go back to therapy and don't dip out ever again. It's still unresolved and you should probably look into couples therapy as well. Assisting someone with their triggers is one thing. Constantly being regarded as some demon due to triggers is not okay. If you don't think you can work past this and trust him for once in your daughter's life, divorce him for the sake of his own mental health and your daughter's. YTA 100%. You're not the only victim here. You've villainized him his entire daughter's life. Not okay. Comments. I genuinely feel so bad for the husband here. I can't fathom not being able to change or wash any of my kids without being watched like a hawk.